On this episode of Scotty's Garage, I'm going to finish off the mini spool I started last episode. Perfect. So last episode we decided to do a gear upgrade and a mini spool in our 12s for 2K Falcon, but it all come to a screeching halt when it turns out that the mini spool that we had was for a 9-inch and not for a Borg Warner. So I jumped straight on the net and I ordered this bad boy, and yes, it is here already, and as you can see, it fits perfectly. So that legitimately cost me $42. That's right. eBay had some specials happening pre-Christmas, and then there was also a buyer's discount of some sort as well. Put the code in and it dropped the price down from $56, which was already a bargain, down to $42. And not only that, it has arrived well before time. It was supposed to be here the 31st of December, but here it is, December 24th in my shed. So we'll get that finished off, and so we can get the diff in the car and draw a line through that part of the build, because we are running out of time. Being that it's December 24th and all that, yeah, we have 4 weeks to get this ready for Australia Day. So we need to get that done. In the meantime, I've also had a nice little Christmas present from one of our viewers, Dino, I think. Let me double check, that is correct. He's written me a very nice letter. Shauno, sorry, Shauno. It also goes under another name in the comments section, but I won't out him just in case he didn't want that to happen. But yeah, he has been a long time follower and commenter on both Carnage and Scotty's Garage, and he sent me, you guys will appreciate this. Check this out. It's the ultimate shifter and vice grips. Look at it. It's a shifter with vice grips. I don't know actually how effective it is, but it is very amusing. Look at it. Isn't that crazy? It's actually from Amazon. So thanks for the gift, Shauno. We'll put it up on the wall somewhere. It will be part of Scotty's Garage forever. And Merry Christmas to all my viewers and all my followers. It's been amazing. You'll see this obviously after Christmas, but yeah, no rest for the wicked. Let's get this mini spool done. Right, now it's time for some hardcore Scotty's Garage action. So there's the mini spool we had. That was the 9-inch one. This is the Borg Warner one. As you can see, it's a lot slimmer through the guts, and yeah, it's designed to fit and fill that cavity in the middle of the center. Right, so that can go on the shelf, and we'll probably sell that to someone, because I don't think I'll ever use a 28 spline Ford mini spool. Anytime I'll have a Ford diff like that, I'll probably be upgrading to 31 as a minimum, if not higher. So we'll put that on the shelf. Let's get this one in. Right, as I've mentioned before, this is a 4-pinion diff, so it means it has 4 pinion holes in the mini spool. So what we'll do is we'll line up 2 of the holes through the center. So we'll put our long pin in first. And what we'll do is, on the pin, there is a chamfered hole and a hole that is not chamfered. So where the little locating pin goes down through the center. You want the chamfer towards the top, just to make it easier for the pin to slide in. I'll do a close-up so you can see what I'm talking about. So we get the chamfered hole, and on the back side, no chamfer. So, chamfer towards the top. That's important. So of your 3 holes, the long pin goes through the center. It should be self-explanatory, but sometimes you have to explain these things. So we'll line that up, and smack it into place. Why is this being a pain in the balls?
A few moments later.
I have a slight problem. The mini spool doesn't go all the way in, and the holes are out by just a small margin. For some reason, it doesn't look like it goes all the way to the bottom. That is less than optimal. And we're back. Well, we had a slight problem with our Minispool install, and we had to actually go on to another job, and this is a week later. So we shot that intro a week ago, and now we are back into the Minispool thanks to one of our supporters, David, who has stepped up to help us. So the problem was that the holes in the Minispool would not line up with the holes in the carrier. We couldn't get the Minispool in enough for the holes to line up. They were only out by about 1 mil or 2. The pinion pin slides in and out all the holes, no problems at all. And the pinion pin obviously slides in and out the carrier, no problem at all. I mean, that's where it came from. But the Minispool wouldn't go in enough. So if you remember from the start of last episode when I first sat it in, the Minispool sat about there. Well, that was too high for the pinion pins to go through. So now, with the help of David, we've stuck it in a lathe and machined these chamfers back so it allows the Minispool to sit deeper into the carrier, and now the pinion pin holes line up, and we've even machined a bit off the top as well, and now the whole thing gets properly enclosed. We had to machine a little bit off the top because we did a dummy assemble and found that it just held it open just by a smidge between the two halves of the center, and we thought if we try and jam that together, it might fracture the center. I mean, this is just a cast piece, you know, you're trying to wrap it around a forged piece. The cast piece is going to give first. So anyway, we have a little bit of machining in a lathe. You can see where he's cut the chamfers back just a smidge, and yeah, and now all lines up so we can get this together. Anyway, let's give you a close-up. So now that we're back where we started, let's get this Minispool in and get the diff together. All right, starting with our pinion pin, our main pinion pin. We already mentioned that it has to go in a certain way. So make sure that when you hit it in, the hole's going to line up with the little dowel pin hole there, and make sure that the chamfer is up. So let's line this up. Make sure the hole is clean and clear, and getting our brand new dead blow hammer. smack it into place. Look at that. Like it was made for it. All right. Now here's the important part. When you get towards the end, make sure, because the main pinion pin tends to twist a little bit, make sure that the hole is directly upright. Perpendicular, I guess you would say. So that's slightly off a little bit right now. I need to make sure it's in the right spot. Need it directly up and down, lined up, so that when you smack it into place, the pin comes in from the top perfectly. All right, here we go. So that, in theory, would be enough to lock it up and, you know, stop it from turning. But let's put the extra pins in there as well. Make it a 4 pinion center. I mean, you'd hate to have it in and then shear the main pin, wouldn't you? But with 4 pins in there, there's no way it's going to shear. All right, same deal. Chamfer hole to the top. Okay, chamfer hole. There it goes. Just being a little bit of a pain. Okay, let's make sure this lines up. So now our mini spool is in the center. Yes, there's just a fraction bit of movement there. That's fine. That's not a problem at all. So now we encapsulate it, making sure that all 3 of our holes line up with the other half. If you get that out of place, you're just going to have to take it off and redo it. So that way. Get that all the way into the pin. That one's in. That one's in. Oops, we had a little boo-boo with the last of our roll pins. It just clipped the edge of the other side of the hemisphere, so it's gone through both plates and through the pin, but just stopped here, and it's bent the top of the pin. It's not going to affect anything. It is 12s for 2K. I don't care. It's going to be fine. Anyway, ring gear. Of course, it's all covered in leaves because Scotty's garage things. Not much air in the compressor. Enough to move some leaves though. This bench has got just a little bit too much spring in it to make a good solid bench, but it's better than nothing. All right, we're getting there though. Couple threads in, making sure to go anti-clockwise because they're left-handed thread. All right. And that is both ugged and dugged. Well, we have successfully mini spooled our centre. Now let's get it in the diff. So now it is time to put our diff centre back in the diff. As you may recall, we declared that the top of the diff was that way, bottom of the diff was this way, which means the centre needs to go in that way with the gear set on this side. So we arranged our bearing cups in that direction as well. Let's stick shim into there. Stick shim into there. All right. Okay, here she goes. It's going in. All right. Engage pinion and center. All right, we're getting there. Little tap tap. Looks good to me. All right. Now these bits. Now we'll gently ugga-dugga. Oops, wrong way. Okay. Ball spins freely as it should. All right. Well, we've got ourselves a 323 rear end and a mini spool, so we shouldn't have any traction issues, especially when you combine them with these drag radials we have up under the table here. So these are the original drag radials off Turbo Taxi. And we've already said tyres are not part of the budget, but yeah, these things have been, hanging around for a long time. So the date code on these tyres is, where's the date? (2016). So they're old. Yeah, but they should still give us plenty of traction. I mean, it's not like we're giving it the full beans compared to taxi. This car is going to be a lot less powerful. Still, they should help. They are 255 50 16s. So we'll get our rear end in, we'll get our tyres on. I still have to go get some rear shocks so we can do that because as we saw right at the start, the rear shocks are shot. So they'll come in under maintenance. And I also have these control arms that have been sent to us by one of our wonderful fans. I think these come from, there we go, Leroy Brown. There we go. So Leroy has sent this to us. Holy crap, did he really spend $144 sending these to us? Wow. Dude, you did not need to send them express. But he has, and they are heavy. So let's have a look. All right, let's see what we've got. Oh, wow, okay. So there's those arms. And then what have we got up here? These arms. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to have a look under there and make sure they fit, but yeah, I certainly hope they do. Wow. All right. This looks like a job for Tomorrow Man. Yeah. Let's do it tomorrow. Which brings us to the not at all fun part. I need to pull the old diff out and get the new one in. So the diff in the wrecking yard took me 70 minutes to pull out, and there was no wheels or brakes on it, but there were some problems with socket sizes and stuff like that. So I still figure it's going to take me an hour to pull out. I guess we'll see. Time starts now. we have a Diff. 3-2-3 ratio, mini spool, it's got fluid in it, axle, brakes, everything's done, handbrake's done, except the shocks. We don't have any shocks yet. There was none locally, so I'm gonna have to grab some from near work tomorrow. I've got to go into work and do some prep stuff on the Drag Challenge Ute in the lead up to Summer Nats. Even though it is, yes, officially my time off, I still have to go in and do that because no one else is going to do it. So anyway, that's my job for tomorrow. Go in and do some Drag Challenge Ute stuff. I'll grab those shocks, I'll bring them back. We'll stick them in the AU, we'll get the drag radials on the back. I may take the wheels from here, like those rear wheels off this, take them into work and swap them for the wheels that are on that, you know, the tonner that was sitting in the garden. That's still got the wheels on it and it's at work. So I'll go grab that, grab them, so we'll have matching wheels on the AU. Why not if we can? But I guess you don't need to see all of that or any of that. Let's just show you next episode. So of course that'll happen in a future episode of Scotty's Garage. Oh, I forgot to mention, I've got my injector spacers, so I can do that as well. Lots of things to do. Anyway, see you next time.